And welcome back to another Science Saturday stream, ladies and gentlemen. My name is AZ Axel, also known as Alex Murray. You can call me either or. It's not a problem at all. And welcome back to another Science Saturday, episode 3 of our backyard project here on the OOTP Developments Twitch channel. I am very happy to see you all here. I hope you guys have been having a great weekend so far. We're talking a lot in the chat about quality and Twitch stuff. And yes, I do stream at the highest quality out of all of the Twitch streamers for our for our game. Let's just say I'm closer to the 4K. Not 4K quality resolution, but the 4,000 kilobytes per second range for a stream. So, where I'm pretty sure TJ and Rich are doing like 3250 or 3500, I do 4,000 almost. So, if you guys have any problems with the stream, please do let me know, because I am trying to, at least have, because I don't have the content that, that Chris can bring out. I don't have the ball caps that TJ can bring out, and I don't have the guitar, and my cat would never want to be on screen like Rich. I at least make up for it with high quality stream and baseball league. So welcome everybody to the episode 3 of the Backyard Project here on the Twitch channel. So let's recap where we were last couple of episodes. I also have the high quality memes. That's very true. That's true. That's my thing now officially. So, hey, I try to be the professional at least, all right? Yeah, I can't get the TJ's beard and hair combo. I mean, I have the hair, but I definitely don't have the beard. I'm just never going to get to that point, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and pull out the music, because we don't need to have that in the background at this point. We'll go and close out of that, close out of this, and close out of the Spotify, because we don't need that anymore either. All right, so let's review where we left off with our backyard project, and then let's just jump right into today's game, because if anybody has been aware about what we're doing today, if anyone hasn't been aware about what we're doing today, we are going to be watching the 2 best submitted pitchers go at it today, and seeing who wins out of that matchup, because that is, of course, Abinduct versus, I don't remember his, Tetcher. Tetcher versus Abinduct is going to be our game today. That is the team of the Windsor Whistlers versus, I believe it is the Bismarck Mythics. That's correct. See, I still remember, guys. It's been a week, but I still remember. It's not like I've been looking at this screen for the entire little bit of time, and I forgot to hide those. My apologies. Anywho, I wanted to show you guys how the week has turned out for everybody else before we get started. So, of course, I forgot to turn that on before I got started here. But either way, let's go ahead and unreveal those for a second here now. So these are the scores for the week. So if you guys were watching the Discord channel and you guys were seeing all of the clips that were going up, basically I went ahead and played 2 of the games over the course of the week. Watched the rest of them because I actually wanted to get some looks at their 3D models and everything to make sure they looked good. And we watched a bunch of these. I watched a bunch of these games and kind of just observed stuff and made sure stuff was working correctly. So these are the scores we've had so far for this Saturday at this point. The Robins ended up winning their game 3-2 over the Queen's Nobles, so no reason to boo there at this point. The Giants, yes, the Giants lost again. The Giants had 3 errors and got caught trying to they got thrown out of the plate twice. And then they also had like 2 caught stolen bases on the field with 2 stolen bases to go along with it. So the Toronto Giants kind of just shot themselves in the foot, so to say. I think that's the phrase to use for that. Basically, the Giants lost to themselves. Like, this was a game they easily should have won. They had 15 hits. They had multiple opportunities to score off of Todd Xavier, and they just didn't. So, unfortunately, the Giants did not win. Let's just say that much is for certain. He did not win. Mikey Thomas had his sixth home run of the season. The Virginia Beach and their captain's team lost to the Memphis Kings. That brought both of their records to 5-4. So that was a cool game to watch right there. The Kings unloaded in the 5th inning off of homers by Munson and Gofanen. So that was a great game to watch right there. There's been a lot of homers today, even though it's all of the aces pitching. The Salem Warlocks beat the Portland Pioneers to keep Portland in the bottom bracket. Unfortunately, that was a 2-6 versus a 2-6 team. So either way, the Toronto Giants were going to have company in the bottom of the bracket, no matter what happened. So that wasn't going to be a problem at this point. Salem had a good day, though. Del Vecchio hit a homer. Arthur Dane had a homer. Mike Piazza had a homer for Portland. The only solo shot they had for the evening. So a good job by Hellerman to basically silence the Portland Bats, who have just not gotten off to a good start this season so far. And then Ken Griffey Jr. pretty much solo carried the Houston Apollos to a 8-4 victory in Centennial, as he had 2 home runs. He had like 5 RBIs. He was monstrous for the Houston Apollos today. So they moved to 8-1. The Durham Goats won their game 1-0. That was the game I watched last night. And nobody scored outside of the 3rd inning, and it just ended. And it was like, oh, okay, cool. So that's the one game where nobody could get a hit at all. Del Vecchio had a great performance. Randy Johnson basically gave up 1 double, and that was it. He had a runner on first base, and the person scored on a double, and that was it. That was the ball game. Both teams just couldn't muster up any hits at all. So today's game, as I mentioned, is going to be the pitching matchup between Benjamin Abenduct and Ryan Tetcher. And I'm interested to see if we have both Dishnet and To Be Determined in the chat today, because these are both of their submissions. They're both 3-0. You can see that Tetcher struggled a little bit more than Abenduct has. He has the 3.33 ERA, but he has been getting that down ever since his game against the Marmots, where they actually lost that game 4-5. He did not take the loss for it, but did give up 4 runs in 6 innings of work. So we'll see what happens with the majorly stuffed curveball, changeup, slider, knuckleball, Ryan Tetcher, and then of course we should also mention the ace, the Cy Young potential person. Oh, I missed a game. My apologies. I forgot about the Koalas. Yes, the Koalas won their game 3-2. My apologies. They scored They scored 3 runs on 8 hits in this game. Frazier and Quinn had homers off of Harding, I believe, and they ended up winning that game. Another game where a lot of people scored runs early on in the game, and then just nothing else happened. So it was kind of boring to watch, in all honesty. But I'm glad I didn't. No, I did record that game. I did. That's right. Yeah, I did record that game. Never mind. So, anywho, today's game is going to be, of course, the Whistlers versus the Mythics. We wanted to check out Abenduct before we get started. This is Benjamin Abenduct. He's got the amazing curveball, changeup, knuckleball. Not a great fastball, which means his slider's not so good. But he's an extreme ground ball pitcher with a good ability to strike people out as well because his stuff is just so good. He has lights out control and above. I mean, it's great. It's great movement. It's not amazing movement, but it's great movement. So we're going to be seeing this game here live today. And then there's a chance, and I actually forgot to bring this up on my screen. There's a chance that if we're fast enough, because I started early for this stream, so we're only technically about 10 minutes into the stream, there is an opportunity for us to be able to actually play a second game. Because there is technically a second game that we're interested in watching. And that would be the Goats at the Marmots. That would be Angela Del Vecchio, Albert Pujols versus Greg Maddux and Ichiro Suzuki. So there's actually a chance that we do a second game today if we're fast enough. But that game is all the way in, what is that, May 27th. So we'd have to simulate an entire month to get there. So we'll see if that's the game we start off with next week or if we finish with that game tonight. So let's not beat around the bush. I've already put out the statistics on a spreadsheet for you guys. That was for the past week I've done that. So you guys can take a look at the statistics for this league. You guys can actually look through all the stuff on there. It's part of our Discord. If you're not part of our Discord, join it. Please join our Discord. It's fantastic. It has a lot of users. We have a lot of good conversations on there. We discuss a lot about the game, strategies, elements of it, and all that kind of stuff. And you guys can review all the statistics for every single player. The ones that I thought were most important, at least, I put up. And you can check your players out as well. So if you want to know what your player's doing while we're in between Saturdays, you can absolutely do that. Oh, and thank you, Dishnat. I forgot we had a command for that. Forgot about that. It's doing it early enough that I can watch. Yep. This is why we like doing the 12 noon my time. It's actually only 12 o'clock in Arizona right now. So we like doing the earlier streams on Saturdays, so that way the European people or anybody else who's in a different time zone might have a shot at watching this, versus doing another 6 or 7 o'clock at night for me stream, which no one's going to be able to reach that. I mean, even the East Coast people have a hard time staying up till 10. Where on Discord, that would be the Backyard Project channel. So if you go to your Discord and you've joined that server, the Backyard Project, is what it's called. And it's right underneath the text channels groupings. And then right in there, if you just scroll up just a little bit, you can see my post of the TBP spreadsheet. And then you can just download that or just view it. And you should be good to go with that. All right. Let's do this, guys. Let me get some water into my system really fast before we grab this new game. And let's see how these two top-tier pitchers perform, shall we? Oh, I wanted to check one quick little thing. I noticed that my 3D models were a little bit off. So let me just double-check and make sure that we're actually going to be looking at the right... Okay, yeah, that can go up a little bit. Like about there. And then can I maybe go... Actually, I need to go back technically. Oh, the issues of trying to do this live on stream. But I noticed that my 3D models, the camera views are a little bit off. They're not exactly the way I'd like them to be. So let's do something more like that. That can be our default. And that will be... I think good enough for us. Maybe a little bit more up, though. Let's try that. There we go. That'll at least make it so that way we don't have too much of a problem trying to watch the game and have all the stuff on the screen. Because otherwise, it looks bad. All right, let's do it. And let's not quick play it. We want to watch it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 5-3 Bismarck Mythics taking on the 3-5 Windsor Whistlers. The Whistlers have won every single time. Well, not every time. Technically, Abendux pitched 4 games, and they had a no decision for 1 game. But both of these aces, 3-0. Abendux with his 1.32 ERA and his 14.8